Yes, y'all. The day has come and gone that we've been waiting for. Yes, y'all. It's your boy Gabe, Real Patillo, with Timothy Hall and Tim Browder, of course. And as always, kids and wives and 9 to 5s. But we are married to the games. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm trying to muster up all my strength for y'all because I am tired. I'm still recuperating from the Heat Spurs game that went on last night. I almost had a heart attack. I don't even care who wins. That's what's funny.
Like, I haven't even been watching the series at all.
I love defending champions, so I love seeing people trying to hold on to the title. But beyond that, I don't really care. And that game last night was crazy. It almost sent me into heart trouble.
I don't even know who's up. Is San Antonio still up?
They tied it. They're going into Game 7.
Oh, okay. That's cool. No. That's cool.
The Heat tied it last night. Almost lost like 4 times.
Wow.
Anyway, Router.
Sir.
Catch us up.
Well, let's see. What's going on? Just a lot of work, man. It's just been a grind. I've had so many clients who are like, "Yeah, we need this website by now," and like that's about 3 or 4 of them. So there's been a lot of, and I don't usually work late nights. I'd rather like go to bed early and just get up super early. I know it sounds weird, but it's just kind of a different mentality because I like one day I woke up at 3 a.m. and I worked all day. Like the past 2 days has been like 4 o'clock in the morning.
My goodness.
But it's weird because you feel a little bit more refreshed versus staying up late at night and then then having to know that you have to get up early.
Definitely.
I guess it's a mental thing, but it's been working really well for me. And I used to be more of a night person anyway, but yeah, just a lot of work. But man, one of the big reasons why I'm getting up a little bit earlier is because I got me some Pulse Elite headphones this week, gentlemen. I can't even explain to our listeners how amazing these things are because for me, gaming, I do everything in the morning. Like I don't usually game at night because that's dinner time, family time, all that stuff. So when everybody's still asleep is when it's more convenient for me. Just, I can shut out everything and play. The problem is that where my console is and TV is upstairs in a loft. So it kind of overlooks the living room. And some of the bedrooms are somewhat near there. I mean, they really can't hear it, but I usually have to keep the TV volume down to like 5 decibels. It's like, yeah, so exactly. I have to put subtitles on and everything.
I've been up there when I went over to Router's house once and he was like, let me just show you what I have to play.
Yeah.
Like where the volume has to be. I was like, what?
Exactly. It's like,
what did he say? What?
Yeah, exactly.
What's that?
Yeah, it's crazy. So,
yeah, a car drives by and you can no longer hear your game.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
The trash collectors come and you're like, oh, gotta wait, hang on, gotta turn it up. So anyway, Gabe, when did you first talked about these like episode a long time ago? And I was just like,
right.
I got to get these. They're always in the back of my head. I got to get these. My only concern was if I put them on, I may not hear the baby, or Lauren may have, may wake up earlier and say, hey, are you okay? And then she doesn't hear me, and then she might freak out.
She's fine.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
So like we talked about it again, I think last week, Gabe, and you were like, dude, you have to just get these things. They will change your world. And lo and behold, the prophet was correct. Here's the thing. I purchased them Saturday morning at like 5, 6 in the morning on Amazon. I got them on Monday.
No way.
It was incredible how quickly that came.
That's insane.
That was insane. So it was processed, ordered. I got the emails that same day on Saturday saying it shipped, and it says by Monday. I'm like, yeah, right. It's not going to be here by Monday. And boom, it was here. And I was like a kid in a candy store. So,
I've had that happen before because they just opened the Nashville one, I think, or the Murfreesboro.
Yeah. So man, they're processing. Kudos to Amazon. They killed that. But man, I plugged those in. And I'm still playing Borderlands 2 because I don't have The Last of Us yet, which we can talk about in a second.
Wait. What?
Let's talk about it now.
Yeah, Gabe, neither of us have gotten our copy yet.
We have
what?
We have not received our copy. Okay, it came out Friday. It is now Wednesday morning.
This is why we don't take an advertiser on for like the show, because if we were promoting Best Buy, like, getting paid to promote Best Buy, we really couldn't dog them like this. But this is ridiculous.
Well,
I can't believe that. I just knew. I didn't talk to either of you guys much yesterday. I just knew you got it yesterday.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Tim.
No. It's totally fine because this is the same thing that happened. This is the same thing that happened to me when I pre-ordered Dead Space, right? And here's the thing. I pre-ordered both Dead Space and The Last of Us on February 2nd, right? So Dead Space came like the next week. It came out the next week. I didn't get it until Friday. So it came out Tuesday. I got it Friday. So here's the thing, guys. I love Best Buy. I actually called Best Buy yesterday. I called their customer service. And the way that she explained it to me, and of course they're going to blame UPS for all this, but
yeah,
they said that, what happens is I think UPS sends it in a media mail postage. So media mail can take, 5 to 6 days sometimes. But if it's UPS actually delivers it to your local U.S. post office, and then the U.S. post office mails it to you or sends it to you.
Yeah, that should not exist.
And why
that
do
ain't make any sense?
Why do we need two carriers to send me a freaking video game? So the customer service woman was really nice. I said, look, I'm not really here to bitch about it, just because I know a lot of this might be out of your hands, and this could be a UPS thing. But you guys might need to address this shipping option on pre-orders because, thank goodness I've been really busy. If I was like, getting this for my son's birthday or something I'd be pissed.
Oh
that I don't have it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's my take on everything. I still love Best Buy's gamers thing, and their pre-order incentives are great because right now I have enough gift certificates to just go buy a AAA game right now. I don't have to pay anything, which is awesome. But from here on out, and everybody just listen, never opt for the shipping. Just go pick it up at the store. I think it's more exciting now because, now that I thought about it, and I tried to change it, but you can't. I actually chatted with somebody, said, hey, can I change this so I can just pick it up? They're like, no, once it's in processing, they can't change that. So don't ever opt for the shipping to have your stuff shipped. Go to the nearest store. I don't care if it's an hour away. Go to the store and pick it up because this way, this won't happen again.
I can't believe that it's taking so long. That's incredible.
It's ridiculous. Mine shipped on Monday of last week, so I was thinking, I'll probably get it by, Friday, Saturday. Even if I got it on the next Monday, I'm completely fine with that. It's Wednesday.
Yep.
I know. You guys have to get them today. I mean, they'll probably come later today.
When I checked the tracking on mine was in Laverne, Tennessee.
Mine is probably in the same place because
I think we're in the same boat.
So
yeah, we're in the same vicinity. So I think because I got the same email last Monday saying our order was shipped. I mean, this is just ridiculous. So I'm
planning on getting it tomorrow. But if I get it before you, I'm just going to laugh.
You probably will, which will be hilarious. So
so wait, back to the Pulse Elite though.
Yeah. Okay. So
never ship a game. We got that because that's ridiculous that you guys haven't
stupid.
got that game.
So
yet.
I'm never doing that again, and I'm going to go ahead and pre-order a couple games coming up anyway, and it's just going to be pick it up at the store. I am banning that shipping option. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Right. But Pulse Elite, you got to get them. They're just incredible. I mean, it just blew my mind when I plugged it in. I'm playing Borderlands 2 still. And holy cow, I mean,
didn't it feel like a totally different game?
Oh, yeah. It has completely changed my gaming experience. I hear everything. I mean, I was laughing at some of the comments when you kill some of these guards, and they're like, I was so close to paying my mortgage. I never would have heard that. I never would have heard that if and the surround sound in it is just incredible. So, man, if you don't have them, get them, because they are just incredible. It has completely rocked my world. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's so. Every dad gamer that I've come across, I'm like, get these headphones because number one, you get to really, really appreciate the sound design in these games, and then two, you get to just fully enjoy what's going on in a game. I mean, I got mine in the first half of playing Far Cry 3. And so playing the first little bit of Far Cry, I was like, okay, cool. I had to keep it down when the baby's sleeping, turn the subtitles on, which I hate. Yeah. And then, just playing it on super low, like you're saying. Man, I put them doggone headphones on. I was like, whoa, wait, whoa, hey, whoa, yes, yes, yes. Like, it was just so.
Gabe, what were you doing in there?
So great. I'm freaking getting my game on.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It's one of those things where, I think the kicker for me, Gabe, was when you played the demo for The Last of Us and you said the sound is absolutely incredible. And then I heard a couple other podcasts and everybody across the board was saying the sound is incredible. So I'm like, you know what? I can't let this, I want to get the most out of The Last of Us. A, because I've waited so dang long for it, but B,
seriously.
But B, because this game is so critically acclaimed, and I'm sure everybody's already played it yet. So Hall and I are the only jackasses that haven't played it yet. Thanks, Best Buy. But
seriously.
But anyway, I want to take my time with this game, and I want to like enjoy every aspect of it. And what I was going to do is, even if The Last of Us did come in and my headphones didn't, I was going to wait anyway because I want to experience everything about this game. That's just how.
Yes.
That's kind of the mentality for that game. But man, I've taken up way too much time. But holy crap, those headphones are amazing.
I'm so happy. That makes me so happy. There's nothing better than like, even outside of gaming, but like when it comes to gaming, when you recommend something to someone and they love it, even if it's like a movie, but like I remember I let my buddy borrow Tomb Raider and he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, that's the best ever, man.
Yeah, isn't that great? Stuff. It's all about spreading the love, man. It's awesome.
That's right. So, Hall, you spread some love. Tell us how your week was.
Well, I know we already talked about Best Buy, but I think they deserve this.
Boo!
Oh my gosh. What happened? So anyway,
it's amazing, right?
Well, I've never ordered a pre-order with shipping from Best Buy, and I kind of wanted to try because I was like, you know what, I'm a little bit busy this coming weekend anyway, like this past weekend that we had, and I ordered from Amazon, and I don't ever get release date delivery anymore, but with Amazon, like I'll order it, and it'll say, I'll be like, if it comes a couple days later, that's fine, and it still either comes on release day or the day after. So I never really have to worry about it. Right. And I've been ordering from Best Buy recently because they've been doing those $20 promos that Tim's talking about, and I'm kind of building those gift cards up. And I ordered it from them, and I'm thinking, well, if it comes on the Monday, the Monday after whatever, that's cool. And I ordered it, and they, like I said, they shipped it on Monday of last week. So I'm thinking, shoot, I might get this thing early. That'd be awesome. No, I was totally wrong about that.
You were so wrong about that.
We were both wrong about that.
I want you guys to check like the label and see where the freak it was coming from. Like, did they send it directly from China? Like right after it got off the assembly line, they were like, "Oh,
I have no idea." Yeah, I mean, it's going to come with like, German text all over it. I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's going to have international poster like stickers on it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And you put it in, and it's actually Castle Wolfenstein or something.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be so pissed if it's not the right game.
Yeah, but I was just completely shocked. That made no sense. And I would not be surprised if I don't get it until tomorrow as well, because like I said, Router and I are kind of, we're all three of us are pretty, close anyway. So as far as proximity, so we're probably, if we were all to order it, we'd all get it at the same time probably. But that's utterly ridiculous, because on Monday, like when Monday came and went, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. And I know Router was texting me. He was like, this is unbelievable.
I was hot for a little bit, but then when I called Best Buy, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see once they ship it, like they've fulfilled their duty, but now it's a UPS thing. But they've got to either you pay a little extra to have 2-day delivery or something. Hall, to answer your question, when I pre-ordered Dead Space, my game came from Minnesota. So, it's still not that far. It wasn't that big of a deal. And I got that like 2 days after it was released. I'm just baffled by it. It blows my mind. And my thought process was the same as yours. I've got a lot going on around this time. If it just comes to me, that's great. But no way. I'm taking the extra 15 minutes to go to Best Buy and pick it up because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would have done the same because it came to Sunday and I was like, yeah, I really should have done in-store pickup because I could go get it today.
Yeah.
I'm finished with a bunch of my stuff. I'd like to just be playing it from home. And yeah, didn't even have that option. So that sucks.
So what are you playing then right now?
I actually on Sunday, since I couldn't play The Last of Us, I was like, I'll play a quick game. So I started up Vanquish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was free on PS Plus a little bit ago.
That's right.
That game is awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Sweet.
And I had heard from most people that it's kind of a short experience, and that's why I went ahead and fired it up because I was like, I could have this done by the time The Last of Us comes in.
Cool.
And I couldn't stop playing it. It's awesome.
There you go. I love that.
Yeah. It's not really a hard game, but it has this really cool special move, basically where you can travel really fast. Like the guy gets on his knees and he's flying around on the stage. It's actually kind of funny looking. But yeah, I remember I showed my wife and she was just like, what the heck? Hilarious. Because literally he gets down on his knees totally I don't know,
in prayer mode?
Almost, yeah, and he's kind of leaning back and there's jets in his I think it's a jet maybe in his back, and it's just pushing him through. So basically, if you need to avoid enemy fire, you can just do that. You can just coast around on your knees real fast.
There
Pretty
you go.
Funny.
That sounds very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I played the demo when that came out, but it since we got it for quote unquote free on PS Plus, I actually got to play it, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's a good game.
Very cool.
There you have it. Nice.
Let's see.
What else in the Hall family? Anything else?
No, other than that, gaming-wise, man, I'm just waiting on The Last of Us. Really bad.
You and me both, brother.
I just
Awful.
can't wait.
All right, Gabe, mister, I'm already playing it. What do you got going on?
That game is awesome.
Awesome.
I can't wait for you guys. I almost don't even want to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'll ruin anything. I'll say this. Just pay attention to the small details that Naughty Dog put in there. When I started playing it, I didn't get it till Sunday because I went out of town on Thursday night, and Best Buy, unlike GameStop in my area, was not doing a midnight release of the game. And so, because Best Buy's got other stuff going on. GameStop only sells games. And so, so I went and got it on Sunday when I got back in town. I was in town for a couple hours on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all those dads out there.
Yeah.
Belated Father's Day. To
I got
you,
dogs.
Router. Yeah, you
That's
got
right.
dogs, Hall.
It counts, Hall. It counts.
Yeah, kind of. That's good. And so I went and picked it up on Sunday, and I was so excited to play it and was on the road. And I got to fill y'all in on this. This sucks. So my PlayStation right before I left yellow lighted on me again.
Oh,
And so, and they kind of say when it goes, it's gonna go again.
yeah.
Oh,
And so it did, and it didn't last barely any time. But that's okay. And then check this out. I asked my mother-in-law, because she has a PlayStation that they just use for DVDs and Netflix. I asked her if I could borrow hers and I'd trade her. So I went and bought a Blu-ray player that streamed Netflix. You buy those.
Awesome.
And, so it's an even trade because they don't play games. I bring that thing home, start it up. It's like, hey, format the hard drive, because I put a new hard drive in there because they had the 40 gig in there. And and I was like, cool, I'll format. Ew, yellow light.
No. Oh my God. No.
I was like, oh, no.
Gabe, you've got the
No
yellow
way.
light curse, man.
it's a demon. There's a demon. There's a yellow light demon in my house.
That's so funny.
Gabe, that is amazing. That's two in a row.
I was like, no way. And she has a fat PS3, which they're just like, I mean, neither of you guys have fats, right?
No.
I mean, they're just
a fatty.
You do? No, you don't.
No, you got a slim.
No, is that
you don't have the super slim? You don't have the super slim.
Oh, okay. I've got the slim. Never mind.
Yeah, and so I guess I'm on the hunt. So I'm like super frustrated because when I was gone on the road, the bus that we used this last weekend had a PS3 on it. And so that's what I used. That's what I used to play Last of Us because we were driving to Orlando.
You lucky dog. That's drive. That's awesome that they had one.
Yeah, it's so and I didn't find out about my mother-in-law's PlayStation till yesterday. But so over the weekend I played Last of Us, and I would have powered through it some more if I knew that I wasn't going to be able to play it when I got home.
Yeah.
No. But man, that game is so good. Router, you're gonna love it with the headphones. Hall, you're gonna love it just because it's an incredible game. It is really good.
I hope somebody from Sony is listening to this show, so next time you go to an event, they just come up and give you a hug.
That's right.
I know, a hug and a PS3.
That'd be nice.
They're like, hey, we're trying to get rid of these things anyway, man. Here you go.
So you got nothing but your Wii right now, right?
Yeah, house? I guess so. I have the Wii. I was gonna say
and
my
that's how
iPad.
Important it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say my iPad only because on Thursday, XCOM comes out.
Yep.
So tomorrow, I think XCOM comes out
to
for
the new
$20.
releases. Yep, 20. Yeah. And they said it's pretty much the full game too.
Yeah. I think it's a direct port, so I'm excited about that. So
you're not gonna do the PS Plus?
Shut.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Hall. Yeah, I don't have a PS3 right now.
Oh.
Gosh, stop rubbing salt in the wound.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking about it.
Look, you have your Last of Us ahead of us.
I figured you'd have it working soon.
I don't know how I don't know what I'm gonna do. I literally don't know. So I like ripped it all apart last night. Like did one of the YouTube things. I was like, well, the fats are way out of warranty anyway. Let me just rip this thing apart. But I got scared. And so I don't know if I did the heat gun as long as I should have and everything. Cause I was like, man, I don't want to jack this up further and then to where nobody else can fix it. But I think I'm just going to have to buy one on Craigslist or something like that. Like a Slim or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have the money. And so that kind of sucks to just go out and get one right now. Cause of all the other stuff I've bought, anyway.
Well, you could trade in 150 games to GameStop and get one for $100.
I know, right? Exactly.
You'd have to sell your entire catalog.
I have everything but The Last of Us sold.
Yeah.
Be like, I have this one game.
Hall, what goes around comes around because we don't have The Last of Us, and now he doesn't have a PS3. So
I know that's what he gets.
Who's laughing now, Mr. Patillo?
That's what I get for being responsible.
Yeah, right.
And choosing in-store pickup.
Your PS3 was the last of itself till it died.
That's right. The last of PS Us. That's awesome.
So anyway, that's been my thing. But that game is incredible. I was about 5.5 hours into it, and so we'll see if I can bring the save file over to whatever new system I have.
Oh, that's great, man.
We'll see. Router
good stuff. I know what to do. I got it. So as you've already mentioned, XCOM for iOS comes out on Thursday, $20, full port. It'll be great.
I am really excited about that because Hall loved that game so much.
Yeah, me too.
And I really liked the demo. The demo was awesome.
It's a strategy game that's fun for people that don't like strategy games.
Exactly. That's what I've heard across the board. So I'm excited for that too. For the new releases, what I'm going to start doing is just listing all of them because in the past I've kind of just taken whatever's, either Microsoft or Wii or PS3.
Whatever's more popular.
Yeah, but I think now, I just to be fair to everybody, I think we should just shout out all the releases. So here we go. Nothing AAA major that's coming out this week, but we have Air Conflicts Pacific Carriers for the PS3. Dungeons and Dragons: Chronicles of Mystara for Xbox Live Arcade. Knights of Pen and Paper +1 edition for PC. The Sims 3 Plus Island Paradise for PC and Mac.
People love those doggone games, man.
Yep.
Those Sims, I can't ever keep the baby in my house. Every time I got married on there and had a baby, they came and took that jaw.
What, child services come and pick up your baby?
Yeah, the child service come get the baby. I was like, oh snap!
Every time you played that game, your PS3 got a yellow light.
That's right.
I had to start staying single on that game because I was like, well, I can't do nothing else. I guess I'll get like 2 jobs.
2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, that's awesome. Even Gabe's hustling on The Sims.
Right.
Super Luigi U for the Wii U, and Game and Wario for the Wii U. So there you have it.
Sweet.
Re-release. Top selling games week ending June 8th. This is a weird one this week. This past week, the week ending June 8th. Number 1, Minecraft for the Xbox 360.
Really?
Debuted and did 98,000 units.
Oh, so they made a physical version? Because it's been downloadable for a while.
Yeah,
I was about to say, yeah.
They made it a physical version. So that's kind of interesting that, because isn't that a PC game?
It started out as
one.
Yeah. So.
But then they ported it over months back. You know what's interesting about that is I wonder if that speaks to how many people are online.
Yeah, I mean,
why not get it? It's been out. Like, why not just download it off of,
exactly.
the Xbox?
That's why I was like, Minecraft number 1, really? I mean, this game's published by Microsoft Game Studios, so they must have released it through them and through all their avenues, and maybe that's how they get to squeeze another 98,000 units out of it. So that was interesting.
I was going to say, I've met a ton of people that don't even know that downloadable games exist.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Well, good luck in this next generation console.
No, seriously.
I say good luck to you. Hang on to a PS3 then, or an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So it's interesting. These Call of Duty Ghost trailers must be just doing something, because Call of Duty Black Ops is number 2 for the Xbox 360 and number 4 for the PS3. They're doing another 30,000 on Xbox, 22,000 PS3. I mean, that's a lot of units to sell just in another week,
really
based on a game that's
man.
been out for 30 weeks. Came out last November, and it's still crushing right now.
I wonder if they've been doing a lot of sales on it too.
They must be. Because they didn't add on. Well, they can't add on any additional Ghost information anyway. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of interesting how the power of a sequel or the next game from that franchise can help affect sales.
That franchise is
number
humongous.
3. Yeah, well, yeah, it is a monster. Number 3, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D for the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, number 4 was Call of Duty for the PS3. Number 5, Just Dance 4 for the Wii. So it looks like people are buying some Wiis too, because doesn't Just Dance come bundled with it, or is that something else?
They might be doing some kind of bundle with it.
I may be wrong on that. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else maybe, but I don't know. Just Dance 4 has always been there. And yeah. Gabe, you've played. You said if you have friends, that's a fun game.
Yeah. It was fun. I played it not on the Wii U, but I played it on something. I think it was the Kinect Xbox.
Awesome.
And it was definitely like one of those. I mean, you look like an idiot the whole time.
Of course.
If you can get past that, it's really fun.
That's great. I look like an idiot every day, so I'm good. I'm used to that.
Anytime you're dancing.
That's right. Anytime I'm just dancing in the middle of the street. Number 6. It's official. Luigi's Mansion has dropped from the top 5 after almost 7-8 weeks of us saying Luigi's Mansion number 1, number 2.
Golly.
So that drops to number 6. This one's kind of like Remember Me for the PS3 debuted at number 7. It only did 17,000 units. Ouch.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't have a lot of press, I didn't feel like. Remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, so this flying under the radar game, Remember Me, but I hear it's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. So that debuted for the PS3 at number 7, for the Xbox at number 9. Yeah, I was kind of like, oh man, that stinks because I've heard good things about it. But I think Hall might call this one as that might be a free one on PS Plus down the road, which could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Number 8, Batman Arkham City, Xbox 360, and number 10, BioShock Infinite for the Xbox 360.
Oh wow.
I thought for sure that BioShock would be selling a heck of a lot more. It's done in the 11 weeks that it's been out. It's done 729,000 units. So it hasn't even hit 1 million yet. I thought for sure that would hit 1 million by now.
What?
That is interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those games where, your ultra fanboys are the ones that are buying it up and slowly but surely trying to convert everybody else.
Well, maybe too, it did a great deal on digital, maybe.
Yeah.
They never post that stuff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'll have to check where I get the charts. I don't think it includes digital. I think this is a strictly brick and mortar chart. So, which is still interesting to see. But
there you go.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So that's
nice.
There you have it. New releases and charts for the week.
Hall?
Yes, sir.
You got something for us, Dad?
I was hoping you would.
Which means he's got nothing.
I do have something just to I didn't get to talk a lot about the floor last week, about some of the stuff that I got to experience while I was at E3. I will say this bit of news first. The new firmware update on the PS3, 4.4.5, they say is bricking some PlayStations. The firmware update.
Well, it's a good thing that I didn't get my copy of The Last of Us then.
Yeah, exactly.
It just came out, I think, yesterday or today. Today is what? The 19th. And it's kind of giving fits to the 500 gigabyte PlayStations. And some are saying it's locking it up. So, hey, don't download that yet. If you get this before you get the firmware update, don't download it yet. Wait till they do something better.
Yes.
Wow. That is a good public service announcement, but I think it shows as to how much news does not come out the week after E3 that is a news story.
Well, if it's
that's a big
but
one.
if something's bricking PlayStations, that's a big deal when you have all these announcements about games coming out.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Exactly,
and you don't need the update to play Last of Us.
Yeah,
because I played it on a bus in the middle of the freaking freeway.
1.0 firmware.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was. I was playing on a PS1 pretty much.
That really sucks though, because firmware is such a vital thing. Like I know a lot of times, especially with printers and stuff, they always say, well, anytime you talk to tech support, they're like, did you update the firmware? And 9 times out of 10, that usually helps. But that's a big whoops. And hopefully they'll get that corrected quickly.
Right. So anyway, that sucks. Don't download the firmware yet. Wait till after 4.4.5. If you're listening, PlayStation people, please. I don't want you to be like me with no PlayStation, because it sucks. It's awful. But I wanted to talk about, I didn't talk about last week. I got to do the Oculus Rift.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and I was about to mention that they got a lot of new venture capital. So this thing is going big soon.
Yeah,
I hope so. It's crazy. Like, it's definitely, how do you say it? A peripheral.
Peripheral.
It is a peripheral that takes up all of your peripheral.
That is a hard word to say.
That is.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Peripheral.
It seems like there's too many F's and R's going on.
Just say added hardware. That's basically what it means.
So, but
independent hardware.
It was really cool. Like, it was obviously a first person shooter.
Did you get dizzy?
Keyboard. No, but I can see how someone would, if that makes sense, because it doesn't make complete sense to your body that you would look around and then once you start moving, it kind of snaps to the center, because you can't just keep turning. You know what I mean? So at some point it has to kind of come back to the middle. without anyway. But it was really cool, and it does feel immersive, like having that on. And then they had put a helmet on me to like give me some sound, and it was like, it's pretty nuts. And it felt really dope to be playing on the keyboard again.
Oh, that's cool.
So, because it was a WASD game. So I think that might do a little something. I don't think it's going to take over by any means, but I think it might do a little something. I think it could be cool.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I think it's still too new that it's got to get some legs with,
I agree, but I think the more people get to actually try it, the more they'll be won over.
I think I'll really start paying attention to it when we see a lot more developers paying attention to it as well, and starting to really incorporate that. Once they start doing that, then you're like, okay, it's on.
It'd be cool, like we said, if they want to get it out there to the people, go to Dave and Buster's and set it up and let people try it.
It's not a bad idea.
Be so awesome.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, Router, did you have something else?
Well, I feel bad because for some reason last week I felt like, because you were in a car, like I hope we didn't rush you through like everything with E3, because it's just such a big deal every year. Like I wanted you to kind of have some time, if you need to talk about any more stories or anything that you had, because I was blabbing about the press conferences, but we never really talked about what you experienced in it. So if you have any more E3 stories, by all means, have at it.
Yeah, another cool thing, or this was more funny. I'll go to something funny first. So I walk up to this guy. We all know him. And he was standing by the Nintendo stuff with a couple people. And I kind of asked the person he was with if I could have a picture with him. I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And then he kind of looked down as I was asking. I was like, hey, can I get a picture with you? And I was like being quiet about it. I wasn't trying to like draw attention. He goes, nah, man, I'm not doing pictures right now. I'm sorry, man. I can't take no pictures. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I shook his hand. I was like, appreciate it, T.O. Next time, man. Next time.
Oh, God.
Freaking Terrell Owens, man. He didn't want to take a picture. It's all good. I don't know if he was just busy or...
Screw him.
It looked like he was just standing there, but maybe he was busy.
Come on.
He was right. He's not taking pictures right now. He's standing there.
Right. Yeah, why would you take a picture when he's just standing there? Man,
I was like,
sucks.
I guess taking pictures and the NFL are both things you're not doing right now, but that's okay.
But well played, Mr. Patillo. Well played.
I'm sorry, I had to take a shot. He was nice about it, but he was kind of a jerk about it.
Yeah.
It was a little of
Which
both.
equals he's being a jerk about it.
Yeah, but he did like shake my hand and say like, appreciate it. And then, I was with Jason at the time and shook Jason's hand. It was like, hey, nice to meet you. So, I mean, it wasn't like he was a total, idiot.
Yeah, I've never liked him though.
It was just funny. It's always funny to me because I've always seen on TV when somebody's asked somebody for a picture, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't right now. And it was just the way he did it was just funny. And then I saw the Make 7 Up Yours guy. His name's Orlando something Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
He was cracking up with some people.
That's definitely a blast from the past. When's that from? 99?
I know. Around the same time that like was going on.
Oh, Lord.
Around the same time as Smash Mouth.
Yeah,
exactly.
Those
were good years.
Video games, rocking out to freaking Mighty Mighty Boss Tones or something crazy.
Well, I was going to say, if I can have a real quick sidestep, my brother-in-laws came over this weekend, and we were just browsing Netflix, and they were like, oh, Mystery Men's kind of funny, and we watched Mystery Men, and that song was in there 2 or 3 times.
No way.
And I was like, wow, this takes me back.
I love that.
Yes, it does.
And then Google Glass was all over the place.
That's what I heard. You're not the only one that said that too. Like a lot of people were like, man, I saw those things everywhere.
Yeah, and it was like
a lot of people with disposable income.
Well, yeah.
Or that work for companies that just
that's true. That's true.
It makes sense.
Because I don't think a lot of private people are getting them yet. I think you probably could, but I don't think that
if
that's
$1,500 makes sense to you for that, you're
no,
sad.
It makes 0 sense to me.
I know.
But
Me too.
but it didn't look, and maybe because I've looked up the Google Glass so much, it didn't look too crazy to me. Like in person, it wasn't like that guy's got a big old thing on his head. It just kind of looked like, oh, okay, that guy's definitely got a little high tech thing going on that's beyond Bluetooth headset. So I sat there and I asked the guy a bunch of questions, and just asked him how he liked it, how many people had asked him if they could try it on, which he said like everyone asked him if they could try it on, and but he said it was awesome. He said it's definitely an accessory. It's not a must-have. He said, but he'd been rocking them for about a month and a half, and he uses them every day.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't think that will ever pertain to gaming. I can't imagine that they'd put gaming on that little screen, like even as simple as like, Bejeweled and stuff. Like, I mean, what would you do? I guess talk to it, because you can't, I guess there's a button on the side, but it's not like you could play something on there. I would imagine. But
you could probably make it to where everybody has like a cartoon mustache or something.
Oh yeah, I guess
like
so.
Everybody you look at, that'd be kind of fun.
It does.
That would be fun.
Like facial recognition, and then adds a mustache or a beard. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. And then like I tweeted out, I was a part of in the Xbox area, they had this huge stage, and these guys would do a presentation about the new Kinect every couple, maybe every hour. And I just happened to be at the right place at the wrong time. And they were like, hey, he was talking to the other guy, hey, should we do another presentation? And he looked at me for some reason, and I was like, yeah, you guys should. I'd love to see the new Kinect. And he was like, we'll do it if you'll be in it. And I was like, no, that's okay. And they were like, come on. And I was like, no, really, it's all right. And he was like, come on, I need 2 people. Help me out here. And I was like, all right. And so here I am standing on this stage with probably like 100 people huddled around the stage looking like an idiot, and everybody's got their camera phones out, and they're like, all right, now shake your arms and show everybody how you blow. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is going to be on the internet forever.
Man gets on stage hundreds of times a year, but can't get on stage for Kinect.
Exactly.
I know. It's way more embarrassing.
I should have been there for that, because that would have been classic Married to the Games footage right there.
But I tell you what, man, love it or hate it, that thing's powerful and strong. I mean, and they accurate. It was good. It's super accurate. So they have like the skeleton, obviously, and then they have like a block version of you where all your joints are moving. So like if I just hold my arm out and twist it, it sees it. It's got the infrared where it could be completely dark, and then it shuts out all the light. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how infrared works, so somebody's going to be listening like, oh, he has no idea what he's talking about. But so like there was a TV behind us, and the TV was black. The guy brought out a flashlight and shined it on his face, or shone it on his face, and you couldn't see it. Like, I guess that's how infrared works, but still, that was impressive to me. And then they have like a weight distribution thing. So like, they make it like if you stand on one leg, it knows that that's carrying all your weight. And if you like jump up in the air, your whole body turns green. You come back down, your legs turn red and kind of orange. It was really powerful. It can tell whether you're looking at it, whether you're smiling, whether you're talking, whether you're engaged or not engaged. Wow. And your heart rate. It was crazy.
Huh.
So anyway, that was some of the other things that I got to see there. It was
That's very
really
cool.
Yeah.
Out of all this, what's funny, last week, we really didn't talk much about Nintendo. Should we allow that right now, or do we just move on because nobody else seems to be talking about them either? Poor guys.
I think that
sure, we can talk about Nintendo. I got Super Mario 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, they definitely had a great presence there. I think it definitely hurt them that they didn't have a press conference, but they definitely were doing their thing. I mean, with Smash Brothers, with the Mega Man thing, with
it's the
Mario
same
Kart,
IPs
like I talked
though.
about. Well,
Isn't it like
it's gonna be.
It's next gen though, don't you think? I would have loved it if Nintendo came out with something all brandy spanking new, a new IP that really focuses on just
Did they
something
not have
new.
not one new IP?
I think it's a lot of. I think it was a lot of the same stuff. But I will say this: I like you. I am super excited for Mario Kart 8. Oh, which reminds me, my nephew Liam is now a subscriber to our podcast, and he. So what's up, Liam? I hope you're doing well. He wanted to ask you, Gabe, does Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart, is that only going to be a Wii U, or do you think you can play it on just the Wii consoles?
Wii U.
It's going to be all Wii U? Because
I can't imagine they put it on the Wii because it doesn't come out till next year, probably like next spring or summer.
That's true. Because he's a huge Mario Kart fan. Like he and I, we always compare notes on different stuff, and he's awesome. And I'm getting him into the ways of gaming. Dan was never really my brother was never really a big gamer, but I think he is. So if I can teach him the ways, I want to get him hooked up.
Young Padawan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He is I call him that. He's my young Padawan.
I like that.
But yes, because he wanted to, because they have a Wii U, and I think that's, I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know what, that's where Nintendo, I think, thrives. That's where they need to be, is in more of the family focused games. Because think about it, like we have a PS3 or we have an Xbox for more of our mature action adventure games, but then. I know I want to get one, and Gabe, you have one, and and Hall, you have one too. Don't you have a Wii? We all have those too for those times when either you want to be with the family or you have friends over or a big group or something like that. I think that's its place.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't think Nintendo's going away. I think they're still a great company. I just feel bad for them right now because nobody's talking about. I feel like they're like the redheaded stepchildren, but they're also not doing themselves a huge service by not offering anything above and beyond what's already been there. But maybe because they've been around for so long with those same IPs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think people I think Nintendo's at the point where they know that people are expecting those games out of them, so they're just going to keep making them.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Exactly.
And I mean, they sell a ton of them too, like Mario Kart Wii, like the original not the original, but the one for Wii. I mean, that still sells really well.
It's an awesome game.
I'm missing that game.
It's amazing.
I need to. I'm seriously thinking I'm just going to go. I think my brother-in-law still has a Wii that he doesn't use. I want to grab it and go get that game again because I sold mine at a garage sale.
Oh gosh!
And I'm kicking myself right now for doing that because I do miss that game. That is a fun game.
Another one that we haven't talked about was the Mad Max reveal.
Oh yeah,
which was kind of cool during E3, and people are tripping a little bit, which I'm not too upset with them. I understand. Mad Max, for those that don't know, is a movie from the 70s starring Mel Gibson, and he's Australian. You have to remember. And in the reveal, he has an American accent. And so it's not even anything I noticed, but after I read the story, I was like, oh yeah, he did have an Australian accent, because I was like, why is Mel Gibson talking so weird? But so Mad Max is Australian. He's American in the thing. I don't know if they'll change it, but the creators were kind of like, well, we wanted it to be a new thing and blah, 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 blah. You're like, yeah, but it's not a new thing. You're doing Mad Max. Like,
you're doing a reboot.
He's already a character. So you might want to have him have an Australian accent. So,
and it wouldn't be that hard.
No, it really wouldn't.
Like, just hire an Australian voice actor.
Exactly. But that was what was interesting, because I watched the interview with them, and they said, it's not based on any of the movies, but you're bringing Mad Max into it, so that's the first thing people think of. So
yeah, so why even call it that?
Right. It should just be called, Armageddon Runner or something like that. Just something completely random.
Right.
If you're going to incorporate the Mad Max theme, then you got to have something that has familiarity to it, for crying out loud.
Right.
So just use an Australian actor's voice. That probably would be enough.
I was going to say, the funny thing is that Borderlands took influence from Mad Max.
Yeah.
So now Mad Max can take influence from Borderlands.
That's exactly right. That's a good point.
There you go.
Boom.
As far as development is concerned, like the way it looks and the way it feels, like they can take a lot of influence from that.
I agree.
There you go.
I agree.
We should jump into some questions. Yeah.
We're gonna try to do a couple extra ones because we didn't get to any last week.
Yeah,
so
sorry about that.
we're gonna try to handle like 6 of them.
Yeah, let's do this.
So Fast answers.
Okay, so we had 2 questions from last week that we didn't get to. One was from Twitter from Brian Wright. He says, will Microsoft have to rethink their attitudes towards lending games online attendance in light of Sony being the exact opposite?
Well, a lot of stuff has come out now that is showing that you can share your games a little bit more. Like the whole, like everybody in your house, like if you have 3 Xboxes in the house, you can, so what you'll do is you'll get a disc, you'll put it in your Xbox, it'll install into your Xbox so you no longer need the disc, and it's attached to your account. Now everybody in your house can all play the same library. And then you can add 10 people outside of that to share your games with as well under your name.
So you'd have to enter their user IDs.
Yeah, you would have to go to their house and enter your user ID and they could play it. Now, you can't be playing the same game at the same time, but they do have like some workarounds that they're doing. Here's another thing. If you give a game to a buddy and he activates it under his name, some of these games, and this is going to be publisher driven, I believe, will only be able to be used once like that. It's not like they'll be able to give it back to you. So it's still a little cobwebby, but I think they're trying. I think they had some things in place that didn't come out early that people didn't understand and that we're just starting to understand. But I didn't throw it out there to talk about it fully because I think details are still scarce a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, so I think to answer the question, I think they probably will. And they already are trying to rethink or trying to figure something out, because if I were Microsoft, that'd be like, ooh, that's a big blow. But like I said, they're a big company. They're going to figure something out. They have the money. So if they need to do some restructuring, they can. But right now we just have to wait and see.
And they're leaving that door open too.
Yes. Sean G, Twitter, what games do you want to wait on? And that's a good question, because I know everybody's excited for the next game. Is there a game that might be good, but you're like, I can wait on this? For Hall, that's probably most of them, because he'll wait until they come on, or for $5, or they're free on PS Plus.
No, there's a lot of games that I buy straight up, just right at the get go.
Yeah.
But BioShock is one that I could wait on.
Yeah.
And I have. Yeah, we all have.
Me too. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's one game that I can wait on as well.
I'm trying to think of any ones that will be coming out that we could wait on.
I can wait on a lot of the driving games, because I'm just not a driving.
Yeah, same. I usually wait till those hit $10.
It depends. Like I sometimes go in and out.
Yeah, it just depends on how excited I am on it.
I'm trying to think anything specifically. Like obviously, I really want to play Remember Me, but like everything's taking a back seat to one, me not having a PlayStation, and number two, really wanting to finish The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Because that's just such. Anyway. Yeah.
And by the time you finish The Last of Us, Remember Me will be cheaper.
So. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was a good question. Okay, now we got some from this week. Our folks over at Midnight Water Cooler, favorite game from E3. Theirs is Infamous Second Son. And then what disappointed you from E3? And his was the Xbox One DRM and the pricing. Favorite game for me, I think, is Infamous as well.
Watch Dogs?
The more I look at the gameplay for Infamous, I'm more excited for Infamous, but like now, because Watch Dogs coming out in October, I'm all about it. That's to me, it's already a done deal. That's one of the games I'm going to pre-order and pick up at the store.
You sure you don't want them to mail it to you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point, because I won't get it until Infamous comes out. So
you get January 2015.
Exactly.
Shipping is now a dirty word in my house.
Exactly.
Not
exactly
doing it
right.
anymore.
So yeah, I would say I think Infamous. I agree. I'm really excited. That the more I looked at that gameplay, I was like, this looks cool, because it's different. Like all I saw, to me, it seemed like was a lot of shooters, and like that's great and all, but give me something a little bit different, and that did that for me.
Hall, what's yours? Most exciting game from E3?
God, it's hard to say, man, because I was so excited about all these games that we're going to have coming out, and it really makes me wish I was getting like a PS4 at launch, but I kind of want to wait a little bit on it.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. I really liked Watch Dogs. So it's really tough to say. I am excited about Infamous, but I really want to play the first 2 games. I still haven't played them.
You have got to play those games.
I know.
So
I really
good.
want to. I just haven't. Like, if I would have known that I wasn't getting The Last of Us till Thursday, I probably would have started Infamous 1 on Sunday.
Or something.
Yeah. I mean, well,
those might be my games after The Last of Us 2, by the way. I'm with you, Hall. Like, I want to go back and play those games.
I got to go that way. Let's see. Disappointment. A little bit disappointed with the Xbox stuff because, like, they got to see what Sony went through last E3.
Yeah.
Right.
And they went down
last
the same
launch,
path.
you mean?
Yeah, or last launch, and they went down the same path. It's hilarious.
It's exact role reversal, and it's really weird. You'd think people would learn from that.
Well, I mean, the system that they're trying to develop is so... I mean, it's so weird that a lot of people... It's like, it seems like a lot of people just are trying to figure out what's going to be happening next gen with the Xbox. You know, the Xbox One. Like, it's so... There's a lot of confusing stuff, and they haven't really done much to clear it up. And the whole comment on, well, if you don't have, good internet, well, just get a 360. That's a horrible comment.
That's kind of like...
like,
so
don't buy our new stuff.
That's like such a slap to the consumer. It's like, well, we have this one for you. I don't like that at all. It's just...
No, man, nobody likes that.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Even in areas like around Nashville, like there's a lot of areas where people are like, I can only get, this type of internet, and I don't have really a choice on that.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? Move so I can play the Xbox One?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I
mean, even though it only is only just for authentication or something, it's still like, that's just not the right answer to give consumers. People are ready to move on to something new.
Just have the disc be the copyright.
Agreed.
Yeah, the disc is the best form of DRM.
It is not getting pirated all like that to where you're losing any kind of money on freaking video game pirates.
Yeah. They're just making a mountain out of a molehill, it seems.
Yeah, I think mine's got to be Infamous from E3, hands down. I'm so stupid excited for that game, and it'll probably push me to getting especially going through all this PlayStation hogwash right now. It like pushes me to get the new one and doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because the fatties are the one that gives everybody the problem. So you're like, well, the first one of the PlayStation's gonna give problems too, but. I don't know. I'm so excited about Second Son. And then my biggest disappointment was probably that Nintendo didn't do a big press conference.
Yeah.
I wanted them to do that.
Yeah, my childhood was robbed.
That's right.
Exactly.
All right, we got a couple more questions here. These are from Facebook. Our boy Garrett Delosier. This is a really good one because this definitely all relates to you and I. He says, what are your thoughts on pre-order incentives? It makes me feel like I buy unfinished games if I don't pre-order them. Some stories give you exclusive missions, content, etc. I don't spend $60 to have an incomplete experience. To me, that's like a movie leaving scenes out for certain theaters. For me, I like pre-ordering. I've only just really started to do it. I think Dead Space 3 was like my first real pre-order. The reason why I like it is, and it just depends on who's doing the pre-ordering. And as much as we've been crucifying Best Buy, I still love their Gamer Rewards. It's there because
I definitely do too.
$14 a year, and you make that money back after the first pre-order based on the pre-order incentives that they give you now. So what they're giving you now is when you pre-order, they give you a $20 gift card. You don't get it right away, but they give you a $20 gift card, and then whatever other exclusive content. Because Hall, did you get your email with your Sony code for? There's like an additional package for The Last of Us.
I probably did. I just haven't looked.
I like that stuff. I'm big on pre-order incentives, and I like to do the pre-orders. And for me, Best Buy is where it's at because I get $20. I've already got enough money to go buy and pre-order another game, and then I'll do it again. So those are the kind of incentives for me, especially because video games are gonna stay in that $60 range. It's good to have some sort of a discount like that, and I'm a big fan. And in fact, with Dead Space 3, the pre-order what also came with mine was you get additional guns, and those are the guns I used throughout the entire campaign. I didn't really deviate from it.
Oh, there you go.
So
nice.
It all depends on your experience too, and what works for you and what doesn't. But I like it. I think incentives are good, and I encourage people to do it.
I think it's great as long as they're not doing story stuff. So with Dead Space 3, they just gave you some guns. I think when I pre-ordered Tomb Raider, I just got like a costume or something. That was cool.
Yeah.
So, but
I don't ever even turn that stuff on.
Yeah, I typically don't realize it's there.
Yeah, I always forget. Like outside of the extra money that Best Buy was giving for Tomb Raider and gave for Last of Us, I don't ever use the digital comic book that you got or the, what's the name? So my incentives, unless it's money, is the only thing I really want.
Yeah.
That's why I think it would be so cool to see them do incentives with digital stuff. Because, I buy a lot of the games at Best Buy or at Amazon because they do those awesome incentives, like money wise. Best Buy, they give me. I can't think of a game that I've pre-ordered recently that I didn't get $20 for. So right. That's a really big incentive to buy.
And Last of Us, I think, was $25. I got $25.
Yeah, I got 20 on that. So
I got 20 on that too. All right,
maybe I got 20.
We got a few more, and these will be quick fires because they're nice and easy. Scott Clark, this guy's good. He said, "How are the Tims liking The Last of Us?" He said, "Sorry, couldn't resist." Thank you, Scott.
I'm loving the idea of playing that game.
Yeah, we're loving the idea of it. So thank you for that.
I cannot wait till you guys get to play that game.
Yeah, that was a good one. I appreciate it.
And I can't wait till I get to play it again.
Yes, exactly.
I'm mad about it.
Our boy Jordan Thompson at Boom.
Oh yeah, Boom headshot. Shout out.
Exactly. Nice and easy. Which console design do you prefer? Xbox One, PS4, or Wii U? I like the PS4. It's kind of more modern. I
know. I hate to say that. We're such fanboys. God,
I know.
No, I honestly hate to say it, but I think I like the look of the Xbox better.
Thank you for saying that.
Well, no, like I'm being serious. Like I think it's the
simple.
fact that it's just a simple box. Like I don't really care what it looks like,
and nobody really does.
I kind of do.
But the Kinect requirement is just stupid.
Yeah, how does that box look with another box sitting on top of it?
Yeah, it's that's the thing about the Kinect. It's an amazing piece of tech, but I got enough eyesores sitting around my TV as it is.
Yeah.
I gotta say PS4. When they brought it sounds so stupid, but when they brought the Xbox out, like I said, besides looking like a Betamax player, I was like, man. And I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting for it to have all these curves and, like the last one did. Hall, I think, made a good point last week about how they've kind of gone back to the boxy look. But I just like the PlayStation one because it looks like they at least tried. The Xbox, to me, doesn't look like anybody tried to do anything. They're just like, hey, so we'll just make a computer tower, right? And lay it down?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
exactly.
Okay, yeah, sure. And they say the back of that thing is ugly because they try to be so sleek on the front and the sides with the vents and, trying to make it that the back has got like 9 ports for stuff and just looks like, Swiss cheese back there. So, for me, the PlayStation at least looks like they attempted to have a design instead of a box.
And I like that they brought the designer out at the press conference. I thought that was really cool. That was a nice touch. Like, hey, here's the guy who designed it.
I like that. That was nice. Yeah. But
it's so crazy, man. This E3 Sony went all in with pleasing the gamers.
They did.
Big time.
Yeah, I loved it. Is that it?
Final question right here. Drew Freeman from Facebook. Do you guys see Nintendo going the way of Sega?
If they're not careful.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I would like them to, but I don't think they will ever.
You don't want them to have a console?
Well, no. Like, I would like to be able to play their games on other consoles. Nothing wrong with that.
No, that's true.
I mean, kind of.
Like I said before, I would like to see Nintendo go the way of, especially now that I have a daughter and maybe she'll be into gaming, maybe she won't be, I don't know. But, let's take my nephew Liam, for example. He's going to be 13 next month. The Wii, I think, is a really great way to get them into video games because it's more family focused. You know, if you're worried about violence and that kind of stuff, you know, those are the games that you can fall back on. You know, I mean, because he loves like the Lego Batman 2. He likes all the Lego series, and he plays a lot of that stuff as well as Mario Kart and that kind of stuff. I think that's, like I said, I think that's where they need to be. They could be really good front runners in bringing in the next generation of gamers, and then from there they can bump up to a PS3 or Xbox once their parents
that's what seems to be happening.
Yeah, so I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go the full way of Sega, but I would still like to see them thrive because they've been in it for so long.
Yeah, it makes me sad even thinking of them not having a console. Like, I know it might not make much sense, and that, like, hey, you know, maybe they'd be more profitable if they were just doing games or just developing games. But it just makes me sad because, like, my whole life, they've had something out there that was tangible to go and play my Nintendo. Right. Yeah, I got my Nintendo. Yeah, I got the Nintendo. Like, I just bought the new Nintendo. Like, I want to hear that for the rest of my life, and I know I won't. But they just have a soft spot in my heart, and that's why I think I'm so hard on them. Because
I don't think they'll ever stop making consoles, though, because I think they'll keep making money. It's just the perception of them as a company has changed for everyone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's as far as everyone our age, I guess, that kind of grew up with, you know, playing games, playing Nintendo, playing Super Nintendo, what have you. So the just perception of that company has changed for people our age, and it's more of a nostalgic thing now, I guess.
Yeah, it does turn to that for sure.
And they're really doing everything right to play into our nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you can't blame them.
Exactly. I like it.
Good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your questions. We love it. We love talking about it, and we love that we can kind of share your questions with all of our listeners. So it's fun. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. If anybody's got an extra PlayStation sitting at the house, send it to Spring Hill. We awesome. Appreciate you guys listening. You know where we're at. Facebook.com/married to the games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. We're on Podomatic. We're on YouTube. Check our website out. Router's done a lot of work over there. If you guys missed any trailers that have come out over the last 2 weeks, Router's put them all up there for you to enjoy and to consume. So go check that out. Please rate us on iTunes. Continue listening, man. We love doing this, and hopefully you guys love hearing about it. We love these video games, man, so we're going to keep on keeping on. I'm your boy, Gabe Patillo, joined with Tim Router and Timothy Hall. We are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!